Hey guys, I'm not great here. Um, and there's some other shit that's not great that's kind of going on in the world, and I wanted to talk about it real quick. Specifically in this case, it's what happened in Colorado Springs. So there was an LGBTQ club bar thing that a guy walked in and started shooting people, and he killed a bunch and he hurt a bunch more. Um, that fucking sucks. And, just fuck that dude. Fuck that dude and everything about him. But I also, specifically, I wanted to address what happened after that. Um, because after that guy shot a bunch of folks, there were people at the bar or club, whatever it happened to be, the establishment, that were totally unarmed, that subdued this motherfucker. Like, they took his weapon from him, and a father of one of the people, I guess one of the people at the bar, um, was like basically like threw this guy on the ground, or pistol whipped him with his own gun and threw him on the ground, beat the ever loving shit out of him with his own gun, while one of the I think it was a drag performer. I'm not sure. This just happened yesterday, so the details are kind of fucked. But one of the drag performers was also like stomping on this dude while in heels, which is just awesome. They took that asshole down, and that is amazing, and good on them for doing it. But then the fucked up thing is the Colorado Springs Police Department came in, took the dad, the father, who was on top of the guy who had just beat him to a pulp with his own firearm, and put that guy in handcuffs and locked him in a fucking police car for an hour, possibly more, about an hour, while he was inside the squad car, basically screaming, just wanting to know if his family inside was okay. And that is super fucked. Um, this channel is about playing games, and it's about playing games like a person would play games. But every now and then, whenever something happens, like I don't want to bring politics like innately into the channel, but whenever something like that happens, I think as somebody who makes things, it would be irresponsible not to address it. Like, it would be irresponsible to pretend like there's nothing going on when there is something going on. Um, so I wanted to call that shit out. Like, the guy who did this shit, they got him alive, and so we'll learn more about why he chose to do what he did in the coming days and weeks. Um, there are already shitty politicians. Chief among them, people like Lauren Boebert, who are trying to distance themselves from this because they've basically been telling people to do shit like this um, for ages now. And they are trying to absolve themselves of responsibility. And we as a people, I don't think, can let them get away with that unless we want stuff like this to keep happening. Um, I wanted to call out the bravery of the father and the. I still want to say it's a drag performer, but it could have just been somebody who was there in drag, who disarmed and then proceeded to thoroughly disable that asshole and everyone in the bar that survived, that made it through. Like, God, it's hard to even put it into words, and I should probably like write shit like this down before I start to say it, but I didn't. So there's that. But I'm glad that you are all safe, and I offer my official condolences for the people that didn't make it out safe, or that didn't make it out at all. And then last but not least, like, the Colorado Springs PD, just what the hell? was that you took a man who had just survived, like narrowly fucking survived, an incredible ordeal, and had managed not just to survive, but to come out on top. But anytime you go through something like that, it is a trauma. It is difficult. It does shit to your head and your body and your soul. You took a man who had just been assaulted and locked him up in handcuffs in a squad car and ignored him for an hour, where he did not know what had happened to his family that was inside the establishment. And so fuck you for that. Yeah, that's all I got on this particular thing. Like fucking hate crimes being fucking egged on by a bunch of fucking cowards and politicians who they know what the fuck they're doing. They just keep on pushing to see how long they can get away with it without being held responsible. And then a police department that it does not take an hour to ask the people inside of a bar if the person who is the bad guy is the guy who was beaten and bloody on the ground, or if it was the guy who was holding him down whenever you got there. That did not have to happen. There's no reason for that to have happened. And then also knowing that the assailant, the guy who attacked the club, is the grandson of a politician in California who openly supported the January 6th insurrection, and then also had been in a police standoff a year before now after a bomb threat, and the cops didn't do anything to him then. But they sure as shit jumped on this dad, and they sure as shit increased his suffering by just locking him in a police car and just refusing to tell him if his family was okay. That's all I got. It's sorry, that's kind of a long rant, and I didn't want to include it in the actual episode, so I'm just gonna, drop it alongside. I'm actually gonna drop it before the actual episodes drop. Like, I'm gonna drop it right away. But yeah, this isn't about a political thing. This is about letting my position be known, and letting it be known that I don't have any means by which to actually support these people in Colorado Springs, other than this. And so that's what I'm doing. So, Godspeed on their recovery from everything that's happened. And, goddamn the people that made it happen. And the police department that decided to take a man who was a literal hero and treat him like shit. Alright, I'm gonna go back to recording. I'll see you guys in the episodes.